What specifically, maybe technical things, skill things that you worked on with Rui?
I think a little bit was his footwork into his shot. I mean, the three-point line in the NBA is a foot farther back from the college line, and Rui made 36 threes total. I think he took 36 total and shot a high percentage, but so that wasn't enough of a sample size. And just working with that and then getting his hand placement, his hand placement on the catch, his hand placement when he rolls up to shot the ball, and then his follow through. Those are three things that are kind of non-negotiable: the footwork, your hand placement, shooting up to the ball, and your follow through. There's a lot more into a shot, but those are four things that are non-negotiables that we want to fine tune and tighten. And as you've noticed, you've been around him, he's shooting the ball so much better now in drills. That will translate into a game eventually. It takes time.
Obviously Tommy grabbed him in with the 9th overall pick. He talks about all the things he can do. What are some of the strengths that you feel with Rui that can, potentially make him an NBA star?
I think first and foremost is just his pace to the game. And people don't, you probably understand, a lot of people don't understand it. He doesn't get rushed. And I noticed that when I watched him in Gonzaga. I said, okay, he's been there 3 years. He's figured it out there with the pace and the strength of the game. And he came to the NBA, and the summer league is a summer league. It's not really a great indication, but he didn't get rushed there either. And then even in the preseason games, he gets to where he wants to get to offensively. Defensively, he's very good, but he doesn't get sped up. The size doesn't deter him. The strength doesn't deter him. The speed doesn't deter him. And so I think that's the biggest thing with me. And then obviously, he's such a quick learner. You work with him on one or two things. He picks it up very quickly. And now it's just the reps of continuing to do it on a daily basis. Obviously, his mid-range game is very good. His shooting is getting much better day by day. His ability to like contact, flesh-on-flesh contact has been fine. His big hands help him around the rim. So you've asked me one thing, but there's a lot of things that he does well. And I haven't even talked about defensively. I think he's going to be a really good two-way guy where he can defend smallers and bigs. He's going to be able to switch out on guys, keep people in front of him. He's a great rebounder. The other game against Milwaukee, everybody wants to talk about his free throws. Well, I was in Kawasaki when he missed the 7 there against New Zealand, and I said it would never happen again. Just be glad that you got to the line. I think he was 2 of 9 there, if I can remember, and it happened. But, that's going to only get better once he gets a stronger mindset and understanding of what he does every day and let misses go without letting it bother him. But he had 10 and 12 against Milwaukee and missed 7 free throws. So now we're looking at 17 and 12. It's pretty good for any NBA player, let alone a rookie.
You've developed superstars like Kevin Durant and Victor Oladipo, all-stars. Aside from the skill, and it sounds like Rui has all the physical tools, but what do all these guys have in common?
I think, I was fortunate to be with those guys when they were younger in high school, and then I worked with them through college a little bit. But, they've gotten great coaching at every level. Obviously Kevin at Texas and Victor at Indiana, and now in the pros. Been very fortunate, but what Rui has is he's got a passion to be great. He's got an understanding, and obviously he's got the athleticism, he's got the skill, but he has a passion, and he's coachable, and those guys were coachable. And probably the most important thing that you wouldn't expect me to say is they're better people than they are better basketball players. Kevin is like that, Victor is like that, and I've been around Rui enough to say the same thing.